Hey everybody, I'm Shane.
And I'm Guy.
This is the Survive Knives YouTube channel. Today we're going to touch base and basically go over a recap of 2021.
Yep.
And some things that we went through and kind of give a production update, talk about new equipment, new people, and better systems in place.
Yeah, and leading up to right now.
Right now, today, to the end of the year here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically, I guess we'll start off with a recap of it. I mean, if you watch our channel and you've seen our videos prior, you've seen pretty much every update up to this point.
Yep.
To fast track it, we became our own manufacturer fully about what?
Fully, I don't know, we can look May, June when we got the VF3 actually making parts.
Yeah, that's right, making
Yep.
parts. I was gonna say not for when it landed because it was
No,
still
that's
working through some. Yeah, so well, let's talk about some new equipment that we got and give people a good idea of what we have and what we're doing to utilize it.
Yeah. So yeah, we got, as everybody knows by now, we brought all the manufacturing in-house this year, and the VF3 was our last piece of equipment that was critical to doing everything here. And it's been a little over 6 months now since we've been doing everything, and we've made some phenomenal progress. I think Ellie and I were talking since the beginning of the year. We've now put out, I think, a little more than what has happened in the last 4 or 5 years just this year. So that's,
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're
pretty
here,
jazzed.
if you're hearing on the shop floor, there's an amazing amount of knives everywhere from the completion to process.
yeah, and we're not quite all the way caught up. There's just some things beyond our control, but I think we're at the bottom of the bucket here of the really long wait stuff. And now that we're getting the 4.5s closed out, we're going to be putting a lot of attention toward those last few items and just get this all closed out and start with a really strong 2022.
So you talked about a little bit that we were, kind of stumbled a little bit as we've been getting our feet underneath us. Obviously, we've gotten our feet under us way quicker than we had
Yeah.
anticipated. But an example would be on new equipment. We got that beautiful water jet.
Nobody's ever run that.
No, no direct experience in the shop as far as running one.
And now that we finally got it running really well, we found out that Omax themselves had made a lot of changes, and I think some of it was built a little incorrectly. I won't say wrong, but
yeah, I would say maybe hodgepodge.
yeah, some new and some old mixed, and they just weren't talking right. But we've got that finally worked out, so that's making really nice parts and high degree of accuracy, good reliability, and we've got a new guy over here. Here, just poke your head over here, man.
Come on in, Jack. Say hi.
So yeah, I don't know if he was ready for YouTube, but
He's
he's
gonna
our
be
newest guy,
famous now.
Jack, and we're training him to do a variety of things around here.
Give him a smile.
Shows a lot of promise, and yep. So there's Jack.
That was
Nice
super.
to meet you.
That was greatly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Glad to have Jack part of the team.
No, it's a great addition.
Yeah,
and,
we're
it's
pretty-
already brought a lot of value. To the
Yeah, we're
company.
pretty particular about who we bring on. It's kind of weird, again, I can't believe you're particular about anything.
Well, I mean, we make a neat thing, but it's just a series of monotonous tasks to create something cool, and everything's critical though.
Yeah.
And you can't just veg out or zone out when you're doing it.
No, we
it's
can-
tedious, but you need a lot of focus.
We've learned how that can happen with prior companies that we've contracted to make
Oh, yeah.
stuff. So again, why the big push, why we've been doing this ourselves. Obviously, we're very proud of the finish that we've come to at the end of this year and what we've achieved. We've set goals forth. Each one is kind of, I wouldn't say optimistic. I mean, this is a realistic expectation of what we wanted to hit.
Yeah.
We just had certain small setbacks.
Yeah, we've heard you over there. We were expecting to have a lot of these things wrapped up before the new year. There's just things beyond our control where we weren't able to accomplish that. Some materials took a little bit longer to get on our floor. We thought we lost that damaged pallet for a while. It took 2 weeks to get to Peter's heat treat. It took almost 3 to get back. So we had a lot of time slippage there. And
But I mean, a lot of time slippage in comparison to what we've dealt with prior. I mean,
Yep.
this is
just things that we
just months
could
rather
traditionally
than years.
rely on.
Yeah.
With some of the supply chain things, they just took longer than
And then
usual.
on top of all of it, I had a customer the other day talk to us about and we haven't even really digested the fact of this, is that you started your own manufacturing business in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, that's true.
So if it's not hard enough to just do any business in general, now we're doing manufacturing when things and raw materials
It's
are
squirrely.
yeah, it's hard to get. So we've been dealt some pretty unique hands in the fact that we've been able to accomplish what we have with the challenges we've been faced. I would be proud of myself.
I will once we're caught up.
I know your level of that. But
Yeah.
we're proud of what we're getting to and what's becoming. Yes, he hates them. But if we talk about bottlenecks in general, now that we have, I mean, Jack's on the fit bench full time as he's still learning how to run the water jet and everything. We have, we've probably tripled the amount of knives that we can push through.
Oh yeah, and I mean we've put all this together. I mean, we've been extremely resource constrained up until recently. We've been, from our perspective, we've been delivering these things for free or paying to deliver them. That money was spent years ago, trying to help the other company out and then carrying the other company, and then we had to create some energy to get some of these things in house. So the funds went away rerunning things, buying new materials to replace those things, and we've done all this comeback without the resources of new sales. And now that we are getting some new sales, we're less and less resource constrained.
Yeah.
And that's setting us up for a really sweet 2022. We have a lot of materials here. I've got a lot of Magna Cut back there, some S90V, a lot more 3V, and some other things that we're just not ready to talk about quite yet. That'll be the next video. But we have a lot of exciting things right on the horizon.
Yep. And
we're just really, really jazzed.
We are. I mean, we've pretty much structured ourselves and set ourselves up for a great initial start into 2022.
Yeah.
And not in the aspect of like hopes and dreams. I hope this lands. These are materials here on the floor. These are things that we can now physically control.
Yep. But then looking ahead, we do need to project. Niagara, Crucible, they're out of Magna Cut. We have a lot on our floor. The next rolling is happening in 11 to 13 weeks. So, outside of a few sheets that SB Specialty Metals or somebody might have, the bulk of that last heat's gone. So we got what we got. We're making what we're making. And if it's available, go ahead and grab it. If not, you're gonna have to wait till the next time. And that's
just the honest truth of
it. Yeah. And we just
people
have
have
to
seen
plan for that wait now.
Yeah, people have seen that with these cargo ships sitting offshore. I mean, not that we're an import business, but how much that directly affects things. That aspect, like these are businesses that rely on this stuff to sell stuff.
Yeah, we're just a small part of Crucible and Niagara's business. The knife industry isn't their whole business.
Yeah.
And so with these other shortages in other industries, they're focused on that. And, they roll knife steel when they can roll knife steel.
Yeah. So, but we positioned ourselves pretty well to be prepared for it. Got handle material stuff. We work tirelessly with Armory Plastics to make sure that we give them ample time.
Awesome job, by the way.
Yeah, Armory
guys are amazing.
They always set the bar super high.
But yeah, we've got steel, consumables, we're ready, we're doing the work.
Prime example of that you have sitting here on this table.
Yeah.
What do we got there, Guy?
Well, Mike wasn't quite able to get the GSO-10 first sets of handles off, but we've got that set up now. The machine shop's out. They have some flu-like symptoms, so they're getting COVID tests now before they come back to the shop. But before the holiday, Mike was able to get some GSO-8 handles done. So we've got some GSO-8s. Got a bunch of these ground now, working through finishing, and now that we're clearing the 4.5s out, we are going to be putting a lot of attention on these GSO-12s, 10s, and 8s.
Yeah. Well, we made a big breakthrough on the bevel grinding process.
5.1s.
Yeah, and they've already started shipping.
Yeah.
So
we have the first ones of those with.
Didn't we say we were going to
sample sheets?
We were going to try to shoot for the middle of December to start shipping GSO 5.1s.
I believe so. Yeah,
I think so.
Within
a week.
Kept the effort
within
up
a week is pretty good to the prior within 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's 5-6 years. That's never going to happen again.
No, these are the big things.
We're down to just months now and weeks, and anything that's available now will be available now, as you guys have seen with the recent shipping.
Yeah. So before we close up on this, we know that that 8s, 10s, and 12s were a pretty time-consuming process as far as the bevel grinding goes.
Yep.
And then we pretty much hit a milestone here just recently in fine-tuning that.
Last week, we just had a great breakthrough. We really sat back and looked at how that VF3 is running, and Mike and TJ working together had a really good breakthrough. We've drastically reduced the grind time on those larger knives while increasing the surface finish. We've honestly increased the surface finish on all the new things we're going to be doing. So these grinds are a lot smoother, more even, more consistent with what my original expectations were. It's just a lot to squeeze this type of performance out of a Haas.
Yeah.
I would love to have an Okuma or something in here, but this is what we have right now. So I think we've really just maximized what that machine's capable of.
Well, that's an important thing to touch on as well. In the middle of being behind, in the middle of trying to get caught back up, you never sacrifice the level of quality or improving the product, even in the middle of doing this all. Where previously subpar work delivered to us, mentioned money that we paid companies to give us product for, basically that we had to throw away because they were not usable whatsoever. They were acceptance of that, and even though that we've been behind the gun, we still pushed every single aspect.
I mean, we started with what
of
was good previously, but we've been continuously pushing that envelope along the way and just doing more R&D on the fly.
So, with all that being said, 2021 was a challenging year, but a good growth and learning year.
We survived it, and we're ready.
We're rolling into 2022 with some great processes, some great people, and some great pieces of equipment. We still want to say thank you to everyone's support, continued support, and patience and understanding. We know that our customer feedback has been phenomenal in what we've been doing.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. That's really made all the struggle worth it. Everybody who's been sending pictures, videos, Instagram stuff, YouTube videos, it's really made all the hard work worth it to everybody in here that's been putting in overtime. Everybody's on mandatory overtime right now, so we all understand the importance of getting caught up as quickly as possible and turning over a new leaf.
We do, and we want to achieve those goals. So stay tuned for a video here in the near future, probably next year, for the production update for 2022 and our projections of what we're doing and what we're going to accomplish.
We have a lot of exciting stuff coming up for 2022, and I think one of the most exciting things is starting to prototype some of these folders.
Are you going to finally buy that Ferrari?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my God, do something with all that Ponzi money. So, all right, everybody, thank you very much, and stay tuned.
See you next time.